Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my favorite episode right there on the channel, my favorite series, my favorite video in general, man, because it's literally what determined this channel. It's the best meta players in each respective position. How this works is I show two subcategories, which is cheap to medium, medium to expensive, with each respective position. It's quite self-explanatory, quite easy. Obviously, having played champs this week, and tell me what you guys got in champs, by the way. Let's get into it though. Man, come on, you already know MMOEXP, the best coin website to get your FC26 coins. Get a huge jump start to your teams. I'm talking Mbappe's, I'm talking some of the best cards in the game, man. META, that's code META for the best cheapest coins. Check first link in description. Also, 8% off, god damn. We're gonna get right into it, man. I think I finished with 11 wins in champs. Very sweaty, bro. I won't lie, didn't really have the best team as well. I think I had like Beasley, Ayuzi Perez, I had that new what's his name, the cam from Real Madrid, completely. Arda Güler, he's insane, bro. Very good card. But yeah, we've got some juicy cards, so at least I having played champs, know exactly who's meta, who's not, and also seeing in the community people speaking about certain cards. Let's jump over to though, we do have the cheap to medium goalkeepers. Now this, I really skimmed through it because I feel like with goalkeepers, completely up to you, man. You can literally do whatever you want, whatever works for you. Hey, if you have a 5'9" goalkeeper and then they're cooking, or she's cooking, by all means, bro. You know what I mean? I feel like the best goalkeeper though that I've heard and the best value is definitely Mamadashvili. They said he's insane in terms of reactions, and I've actually said it multiple times in the in the past. He's pretty much insane right there. I mean, for 10,000 coins, links to a lot of players. You can even go the cheap route of Konate, Frimpong. You can go the expensive route of Inform Grav. You can go the likes of Van Dijk. You know what I mean? They get their own link as well. So yeah, overall, man, I feel like he's good. Cobble's always good as well with the playstyle plus. When it comes to goalkeepers though, I always said it's subjective, right? But you do this year, I feel like it is kind of a difference. Now you can see the goalkeepers for who they are. Like if they have better stats, it actually does make a difference. Like for instance, if they have the playstyles, I feel like Rush Out is good. You're looking at the likes of Deflector, not bad. I'm trying to think of another one, maybe not Quick Throw, what's it called? Far Throw is not completely bad to start counters, but yeah, I'd say the more the merrier. If they have the more playstyles, the better. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, let's jump over to the expensive one. By the way, quick disclaimer in this video, I'm not going to try and include icons because it's quite redundant. We are only in literally the first month of FC26. Tell me in the comments. I always ask you, are you boys enjoying the gameplay, by the way, post-patch, etc. But yeah, I feel like adding icons, if I add Peter Cech and stuff, it's a bit redundant, boys. We all know they're going to be good, but at least I included the FC heroes though. So we're looking at some very nice, juicy, medium to expensive goalkeepers. I think, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people are using Alisson because obviously he's just always going to be good in this game due to the fact that he's just like a reliable goalkeeper. Donnarumma is another good one. I mean, he's tall, he's got Deflector plus, very nice goalkeeper. Another reliable one, can link to a lot of players as well. Obviously if you have Prem, Dudek, insane. I feel like he's a card that if you're looking at reliability, you're looking at like longevity, Dudek, I feel like he's your man. Howard's not bad as well, very decent, but I feel like he's a bit erratic. And then we got David Raya. So yeah, if I were to choose like the best team, I'd probably go in between Alisson or Dudek, bro, straight up in terms of goalkeepers. Next one though, jump over to the center backs. We're done with goalkeepers. It is the cheap to medium center backs, and we have got some very cheap cards because they have gone down, absolutely down in price, bro. Like we've got this new card, Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, obviously from the season pass. If you were to get him, I won't lie, he's not completely bad, but there's better. When it comes to center backs, so I always like to say, especially now EA upping the advanced defending, upping the bruiser, it's coming back. I do think bruiser is always the best. I feel like in general though, jockey, base or plus is better, is the best. Now why I say this is the animations. When it comes to defending in this game, it's very difficult. It is bloody hard, boys. Let's just say that. So having the jockey animations or the playstyles to account for, the hard defending, it's perfect because then you can obviously hold L2 on PlayStation and kind of track back much easier, project where the attack is going to go much fluid, you could say much more fluidly, if that makes sense. So yeah, anticipate and intercept is one of the best as well with defending because that's how you get the ball, if that makes sense. Enforce is not bad, in the box right there to shrug players off the ball, but I don't think it's necessary as opposed to jockey, anticipate or intercept, in my opinion. But obviously playstyle pluses are better. And then also underrated one is slide tackle. Slide tackle is very underrated. I just feel like for center backs, not really, because you're not going to be sliding in the box, of course, you know, given that could be a pin. I would say for fullbacks is very OP though, if they have the slide tackle base or plus, because yeah, the animations is very fluid this year. Yeah, if you have the plus, you'll see it exact. Even if you don't even have the plus, bro, it's still very nice. But yeah, tell me who's your favorite cheap center back. I'm using currently Lacroix because he's so fast in this game, bro. Quarter vibe, if you know, you know. Very nice card though, 79 rated, and he can link to a lot of players. Obviously, you know, Crystal are doing really well. Imagine he gets future, you know, Evos or even just special cards. We've got Schlotterbeck, insane. Now, when it comes to pace, right, I feel like if you can have the balance of someone that's tall and that's not the fastest, but he's mainly just going to sit back. He's going to be that one that's like Van Dijk or just sticks on you. Schlotterbeck's your guy. Literally insane, man. Even though he has 74 pace in-game, if you know how to defend and you don't touch your backline, this type of center back is perfect right there, man. Same thing with Konate. I feel like he's a better Schlotterbeck, Konate that is, you know. Bremer's insane, very good pace. Obviously, the better, I mean, the more pace, the better. And I feel like this in cap is probably one of the more underrated ones, and a lot of people use him. 84 pace, 84 defense, and he's got slide tackle plus. Remember what I said? But yeah, just be careful though. We've got Ibanez, very hard to link, but insane. And then we've got some cards at the bottom. Didn't really want to include too much, but we've got obviously Calvin Bassey, which I think he can get Evo if I'm not mistaken. I've used this card for probably 30-40 games in the first weekend league alongside like rivals. Insane. Probably one of the best, cheapest cards right now for center backs. Trust me, just get into the game. Let's say you got the game the other day. You want to center back, 750 coins, bro. Done. Tomori, of course, bro. You know, some people already have Tomori. Yeah, that's insane. Then jump over to the medium to expensive center backs, man. I will try and leave timestamps, by the way, for these certain, like, you know, positions, so you can skip to whoever you want. When it comes to medium to expensive center backs, man, we're looking at cards that are used by pros. These are S tier cards. We're looking at cards that are just very irritating when it comes to intercepting, staying on your man, you know. When I look at cards, I'm looking at Pacho, insane in this game. I'm looking at Kunde, very unique running type, and he has the jockey plus. Remember what I said? Hanko doesn't have any playstyle pluses. Very good card though. Oh my word, the amount of times I versed Hanko this weekend, bro, insane. We've got obviously the FC heroes. You know what's insane, right, is actually Cordoba. In this game, I feel like because of the power curve, having anyone that's, you know, not a gold card or like a special, you know, like an FC hero type vibe, that were decent back in the day are now even more excelled, because I feel like the power curve, you know, they said they're slowing it down. So someone like Cordoba is pretty much an incredible center back. I versed him one time and I was like, oh my days, who the hell is this? And I checked, it's this small man Cordoba, bro. 86 pace. Okay, small man is crazy, I can't lie. But nonetheless though, he's very insane, man. He has insane pace, 90 defense as well, 420,000 coins. This type of center back is going to be insane this year. I just feel like because of quick nippy animations, if you can accompany him with the tall center back, because you can't have two small center backs, you're gonna get beaten in the air in terms of the box, in terms of everything. But Cordoba, yeah, that guy is in, bro. Trust me. Very nice card. Yeah, there's some very nice center backs, man. You boys can you know, pause the screen, you can see who's good. Tell me, did I miss out a center back or not? Also tell me if I missed out some cards. Sometimes, you know, compiling these videos takes long, so I might miss out one or two cards. But for the time being, I'm just trying to give you the idea of which cards to use, if that makes sense. So irrespective if I missed a card or not. Jump over to the fullbacks. We're looking at cards that, for fullbacks, I feel like pace is always the best, because you're trying to basically catch up to attackers, mainly the wingers, you know. So having pace is better. But I feel like this year though, when it says 80 pace, it's not really 80 pace. You have to look at all the other stuff, you know, that take into account. Because in this game, I feel like for me, I've used cover all this weekend. I got 11 wins, as I said, and he didn't feel slow at all. I think it maybe, I didn't even use a place game style. I don't think. No, what is it? Yeah, I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I did it, and he was still pretty insane in terms of catching up. So you have to kind of separate stats from how they feel. Use them in game. Don't just look at stats the whole time, because trust me, you know, it's a much different ball game when you actually use the cards in game. Like Carvajal was very decent. I wouldn't say he's the best thing under the sun, but he was kind of decent, man. And there's not much options in La Liga, you know, even from Spain. I'm trying to think, maybe Lorente probably the best one, but he's so expensive, you know. We've got obviously Jordi Alba. I think he is featured team of the week, 88 pace, 86 dribbling, insane card. And especially to link to MLS players, bro. Like literally, you've got Messi, Heung-min Son, you've got all of these insane. Donovan even, you know, you can make a very nice, I'd say non-meta team, but very creative and fun, you know. Aina, probably one of the best fullbacks for price, 800 coins or 900 coins, insane defense, and he goes under the radar, man. I don't know how. He's quite insane. We've got Balde. Come on, everybody knows how good Balde is. I hate versing Balde. He's so good, especially if you use the tactic of not touching a backline, but you use your fullbacks to touch it, like your to try and get to the attackers. Balde being so fast and like lanky, he's gonna catch up to anyone, bro. So yeah, we got Raum, Baltimore, Olga Carmona. Kerkez, actually some people said might be better than Balde. I kind of see it because he has obviously pretty much similar stats, but better physicality, like much better. So he's gonna, like, you know, shimmy and like shrug players off the ball. We got Udogi, insane as well for value. Mendy, very nice. Bruninha, I've heard some decent things about her. Nothing crazy, but yeah, Ruggeri is a nice one. I low-key should have taken Ruggeri for the longevity. You know that pick in the start of the thing with the objectives? I think it was in between Endo, Coop Miners, Ruggeri, forgot the other one. This Ruggeri is better for longevity and has better links, you know. You can always get in someone like Alvarez, etc. to link to him. But yeah, very decent, you know, set of fullbacks. But if you want to win much more games, boys, you get over to the medium to expensive fullbacks. Now we're looking at FC Heroes. We're looking at the new promo cards. But I feel like the nice and absolutely crazy, insane fullback duo is Hakimi and Nuno Mendes. Everybody's running them, bro. You don't need to be doing too much. Literally just get them in the team and you've got one of the best fullbacks in the game. You know, it's kind of like, you could say Marcelo and Fabio Coentrao, bro. Now I'm joking. What am I saying, bro? We're looking at like Marcelo and who's the right back for them? Am I tripping? For Real Madrid? It wasn't Carvalho, right? Was it? I'm not too sure. I'm trying to think of, I'd say Dani Alves and, oh, my football knowledge, it's because I'm on screen right now. I'd say Dani Alves, it's like a good pairing is what I'm trying to say, okay? Do not cancel me. Jordi Alba and Dani Alves, maybe, you could say. But yeah, we got Koundé, Alexander-Arnold, some, you know what I'm noticing? A lot of insane players in La Liga. Like, if you really look at it, we've got Alexander-Arnold, Koundé, Llorente, you know, like in terms of any position. But yeah, we've got some cards here as well. Theo Hernandez, absolutely incredible, 21k. Just hard to link. But you can always get the Frenchman in, man. Trust me, there's ways to link Hernandez. Even if he gets 1k, he's still going to be insane. You know, we got Balde, different version of him, better. We've got Scott. Bro, that Scott is her. She is Jockey Plus. Remember what I said with the fullbacks. When it comes to the pluses, bro, again, what I want to say, the playstyles, I feel like anything runs here. Jockey, for me, I feel like is the best because if you at fullback, right, and you essentially gonna track back because the attackers is running down the sides, the flanks, you want to have Jockey, you know, the plus or the base, because you're holding down LT, waiting for them to do something, you know, projecting. It's the best play style, trust me. Something like Anticipate is also insane, but I feel like that's more for center backs, you know. Tell me, what do you think is the best fullback play style? But yeah, overall, man, I feel like anything runs for the fullbacks, man. Like, even for Frimpong, right, for instance, he's got 72 defense, but he's absolutely incredible, catches up to anyone. So it doesn't really matter too much, you know, what you're using. But if you do see, I think in the future, for sure, you're going to have to take Frimpong out and get in someone like, you know, Hakimi that has the better defense, but still quick. Let us jump over to my personal favorite midfielder category. It's the midfielder category. It is the CDMs and CMs. Now, I've separated cams in this video because, you know, I don't want to include cams. It's more of the attacker. You guys know the deal. CDM, CMs is cards that are deep lying playmakers. These are cards that are staying back, you know, holding players. They can be box-to-box players. Very rarely, you could say they can be some of them like attackers, but I'd say more of the time they are the midfielders that hold and bind the team together. So yeah, we're looking at cards that are pretty much small, tall, all of the above. We've got Kante. I'd say, always say it in the midfield, right? You want to have a balance of a tall and a small CM, because the tall guy will be the guy that is more composed, kind of sits back like a Shuimeni. Same thing with the opposer. You could say someone like a Camavinga that's very fast, nippy, quick in transitioning, you know, collects the ball. Just a perfect duo right there. It's kind of like a Patrick Vieira alongside maybe a Mateus, you know, something like that is perfect. We got Shrimani and Camavinga, speaking of the devil. But yeah, Ward Prowse, I've actually pretty much insane. I've loved this card, bro. In game, he's incredible. I think what makes him so good is he's got like a multiple plethora of like stats everywhere. He can defend, he can, you know, pass, he's got good shooting. Pretty much one of the more versatile CMs in this game. Can play cam, CDM. Lime is nice, very quick as well, you know, if you're running a Bundesliga team. Bruno Guimaraes, nothing completely crazy, but he can play CDM. You know, one thing I'm noticing, right, especially in this game, you'll see him in the medium to expensive page, is the cards that are slow this year at CM and CDM most of the time are actually insane when it comes to all the other stats, right? We always used to look at pace for midfield. Like if you're running Kalanoglu, right, Hakan, this type of card is absolutely incredible. He's got all the stats to be insane everywhere, except for pace. But the thing is, you don't need to be doing too much. You know, it's going to be a card that kind of stays composed. He's not going to be running too much. So he will track back, yes, and then release the ball. He's a perfect deep lying playmaker, literally one of the best in the game. I'm not even kidding. Some people say, Michael, no way is this guy meta. Trust me, just using him in game, you'll see what I'm saying, man. For the people that do know, though, if you know, you know. But yeah, I got Gioro as well. She's insane. I love using her card. I think it was Gioro and Shrimani. See, that type of CMs in terms of duo is perfect. So yeah, let's jump over to the medium to expensive CDM CMs. And speaking of that guy, bro, it's the main man Caicedo. He is so good. Use his gold. You don't need to buy his inform. He's incredible. Very nice card in this game, man. What I liked about him as well is, obviously we know the meta in this game is don't touch your fullbacks and backline, center backs included. Use your CDMs to defend, and Caicedo was that guy, getting everything, man. Same thing with Gioro. Yeah. Stiller. No, I don't think I had Shrimani. I had Gioro and Caicedo, sorry. I did have Shrimani for a time, though. Yeah. Stiller, apparently very good in this game. 40,000 coins. Tiki-taka plus. Hey, now, we're getting the pluses down. He's got intercept and incisive. In terms of chance creation, with the Tiki-taka plus, and kind of like a CDM that collects the ball and then like transitions and like releases it, he's perfect, man. We got Pedri. We know the deal, man. Bonmati, Putellas, Guijardo, the Barcelona sisters, Kessler, Yaya Toure, bro. Like, I think I might have not included some cards that were absolutely insane. Just correct me if I'm wrong, but of course they're going to be here. But we also got some cards at the bottom. You can pause the screen. Another good one I'm going to say is this guy, Thuram, bro. Very nice links for Serie A. You can go Kefren Thuram, you can go Dybala, you can go Liao, you can go Pulisic Player of the Month. You know, there's some very nice links, and we know how good Thuram is since last year, bro. You know, so having him in the team is a perfect box-to-box player. You know, even a box crasher. What I like about this card is ticks all the boxes. What doesn't he do? You know, you can literally have him anywhere, CDM, CM, and he's going to be there. Same thing with Goretzka, kind of similar card, but I would say Thuram is better. Yeah. Marquisio, insane. De Jong. De Jong is a card that I hate versing. One of the best cards in the game for, like, I'd say box-to-box vibes. And he has obviously got the Tiki-Taka Plus. One thing about the Tiki-Taka Plus is you got to know how to do those quick 1-2s. It's not like Incisive. Incisive is the through ball one. Tiki-Taka is the 1-2s. Especially the precision pass. So, like, holding down R1, RB on place, Xbox, and passing. Tiki-Taka is the best for that, if that makes sense. Karchawi, insane for versatility. That is going to be the midfielders, though. Tamu is your favorite midfielder in the game. Let's jump over to cams. Pretty self-explanatory for cams. Very easy. This card right here, she has absolutely... Bro, I honestly wanted Sissy in my team. Everyone was saying Sissy was bad to pack. She's one of the best cams in the game, straight up. She's S tier. I'm not even kidding. She's S tier. Like, she's absolutely incredible. She has something about her that I think is probably body type alongside, like, dribbling stats. Yeah, insane, man. When it comes to dribbling, passing's nice. You know, she could even be better than Iniesta, but I don't think I'm going to take that road. I love that Iniesta card, man. Oh, don't have him in my team, but every time I verse him, I'm like, damn, Iniesta's back, bro. So, yeah, we got Arda Güler. Probably my best favorite player right now. By the way, sorry for the background noise, bro. It's my washing machine. It sounds like a UFO. Yeah. What I was going to say is Arda Güler, one of the best SPC's best valued cards in the game, straight up. You can literally get that card for free if you have fodder. Cheers, Jeff. But what I'm saying is you can do that card for 30k if you have somewhat fodder. And 30,000, this card, if he was to get released, I'm not even kidding, maybe 150 to 200,000 coins easy. You get me? So that's why it's so good value. Perfect card. What I liked about him was the technical base, and then he had the finesse shot. So he acting as a shadow striker was perfect. Now there's some shadow strikers here, there's some it's completely up to you what you want to choose, but I feel like shadow striker for me in a formation that is primarily using one striker is perfect. And then I think playmaker can be used for like the 4-2-3-1. You know, it can be used for anything, but I feel like for that one's like if there's a lot of attacking options, playmaker is not bad because you can distribute the ball, if that makes sense. And then shadow striker for one striker, if you have only one striker, because then they can intertwine and interlink. Does that make sense? But yeah, Nakata, Donovan, Yildiz is very nice as well. Shirky, I've had to include a cheap card. 700 coins, bro. Did I say cheap to medium? I'm seeing some cards a little bit expensive here. That's on me. But I feel like it would make sense. Yeah, there's kind of expensive cards in this cheap to medium page. But I don't think too expensive. I'd say medium price, so it makes sense. Got Musiala, Lavelle. Lavelle is insane. What am I? I'm not even showing her card. Oh my... Ping pass plus the pace attributes is insane. 89 stam. Boys, what are you doing? Get this card in your team if you do not have a cam. And let's say you want to link like Swanson, Rodman, and probably Sophia Wilson. Get this card in your team, bro. Absolutely incredible. She, this weekend, I think I versed her once or twice. 4-star, I don't understand how she's 57,000 coins. Pretty much one of the best cams in the game for value. Yeah. Obviously, you boys know everyone here. Tillman, he's okay, man. I feel like if you were to really use a reliable one, I think Musiala is probably the best choice right here out of everyone. Because he's got good links. He's got the technical plus, amazing dribbling in game. Very easy to use type of card. So yeah, let's jump over to the second page. This is the medium to expensive page. We're looking at cards that are pretty much inaccessible. These are cards that are inaccessible. We're looking at S cards, man. Verts. One thing I wanted to say about Verts, his gold card desecrates me, bro. Desecrates me. Incisive pass plus, the best passing element in this game. 687,000 coins for him. Makes sense. Just get his gold, man, and he's still gonna be a good card. And he can play strike as well. Bruno Fernandes, we got Palmer, got Ginola. Yeah, these are all cards that, come on, man, I don't need to be explaining myself, are great. If I were to, let's say, get the best cam in the game, I'm probably going to say someone like Bonmati because she has the technical plus. You know how the women are, you know, they're just easier to use because in heavy gameplay, it's much more fluid, you know, and they just get behind very quickly, very swiftly. And yeah, they are like kind of mosquitoes, bro, in a way. Irritating, but very good, man. Very, I don't know how is a mosquito good, Mike. What am I saying in comparison? But yeah, one thing I want to say is Bonmati in this game now, she's kind of like a pest. She's just gonna be the whole time, you know, constantly knocking. She's very irritating in this game. Same thing with Puteas, and that's the woman in the game, and unfortunately it's just how, I would say unfortunately, but it's just how the game is. Like, they shrug off Van Dijks. Do you know what I mean? It's not realistic, but it's the game. It makes sense, man. It's ultimate team game. We can only, you know, just have some fun. Let's jump over to the strikers. The very last category is going to be strikers. It's the best thing right there. Everybody looks at strikers. All I'm gonna say is just get Claudia Pina in your team, bro. I don't care. You could have Haaland player of the month. You could have Mbappe. Claudia Pina is gonna be there every single time. She is getting up there to that level of Ben Yedder status. Do you know? If you know what I'm speaking about. Ben Yedder, Ben Cheddar, the Rat King. Claudia Pina is getting there. She's so good in this game, bro. Every single time. I don't care if people said she's nerfed. She's so good, bro. The thing what makes her so good is the low driven plus with the finesse shot base. She's got amazing dribbling stats, so every time she like can maneuver away. Remember what I said like about Bonmati? Very nice card. Enough glazing though, it's warranted. She's very nice. Marmoush, bro, come on, man, insane. Best striker under 10k. Eusebio came out obviously as the, I think one guy versed one or two guys with him, and very nice creative team. You do see his shooting a little bit in the detrimental state, but I think he's perfect in this game, man. Like the way his body movements is, yeah, he's insane. If he gets a couple more evos, GG's, boys. Yeah, we got Alvarez, and I love this card as well. Hate versing him, but insane. Pajot, very cheap. Another card I wanted to say is someone like a Lewandowski. I don't think oh no, I did include him. He's a little bit of a different type of card to use, right? But if you know how to utilize this type of tall strikers in this game, you just basically leave them at striker, advance forward, and you just distribute the balls to them. They don't need to be using pace. They just need the element of freak nature, like shrugging players off the ball. Same thing like with Kane. And then just finesse. You know what I mean? Like finesse or low driven it, or even just precision it into the top corners. Kane and Lewandowski is perfect at that. So you kind of have to adapt. They do take a little bit of time to get used to, but once you get used to them, it's done. It's GG's, man. Like I've versed a couple of cards or players, sorry, that had those cards. Very hard to you know, defend if you know what you're doing. So yeah, I would say the easier cards use obviously the faster ones. Like for instance, the cheap ones like Rashford, you know, or Pendas. Griezmann is another nice one. He's actually perfect as a cam, man. I feel like that guy is very underrated in this game in terms of shooting, passing, and dribbling. He looks up there like with the S card. I'm not even kidding. Dybala's nice. We got obviously Mbeumo. Yeah, very nice cards, but nothing completely crazy. I would say the more potent ones, I'll name them in the cheap to mediums, probably going to be Claudio Pina, Dumane, Mamouche, probably Alvarez, Haaland, Isak, and that is about it probably, bro. Openda, maybe. Ansu Fati, you pushing it. You get me? So why don't I just name the whole thing? But nah, I think those cards I named are pretty much insane. You see them every time in Weekend League. They're so good, man. But yeah, jump over to the very last one. It's going to be the medium to expensive strikers. By the way, tell me why. I'm going to put it out in the air. My friend got 1 win in champs. 1 win in champs. I'm not even kidding. He played all 15 games. He got 1 win in champs. I'm not going to say his name. That's just straight up disrespectful. Me even saying he got 1 win is disrespectful. But nonetheless, the 1 win in champs, right? He got Ronaldo, bro, in his rewards. I don't know if it was in his rewards or I think it was just after. 1 win in champs and got Ronaldo. I think that's how you're going to have to back these big boys. Is play absolutely ass in Weekend League. Nonetheless, so speaking of Ronaldo, bro, look at this card. Doesn't really look great on stats, right? But as I said, it's a card that if you play in-game, GG's. One of the best cards in terms of like clinicalness. So yeah, we got obviously Dembele, bro. Leave Dembele, leave Mbappe. Oh my days, this card here, boys. I kid you not, he is probably top 10 strikers in the game. What makes him so good? As I said, playstyles are so important. Get this card in your team if you have under 100, if you have under 1,000 coins. You can link him with Rice, who cares? Link him with Hincapi, who knows? You know, very nice card. You don't care about the links, just get him in the team. What is so good is Enforcer Plus. You hold LT, right? L2 on PlayStation, you shrug a player off the ball, you like hold it like this and you turn and you shoot. If you have precision, GG's. Enforcer Plus is one of the best. It's literally what I just explained. You can actually read all that, but he's got quick step for that pace. If he gets 1 special card, yeah, he's going to be over more. But even just get his normal gold card, because that special card won't get too much of an increase. He's such a good card, man. Having someone that has a low-driven, quick step, you know, and finesse shot, come on, man. That's one of the best playstyles for attackers, easy. Sophia Wilson's going down in price. Maybe because it's hard to link her. I don't know. But she has the First Touch Plus, which is also a very nice playstyle. Underrated. That one basically means, like, when you get the ball, they won't, like, you know, do these dumb touches, and also like she will feel so fluid on it, kind of like a press proven. Ekitike is nice, a little bit more expensive, you know, because his gold card was so good. Joao Felix, okay, decent for links. We got cards at the bottom here. You can pause the screen. We obviously got the pre-order packs. If you pack them, yeah, I don't like you, bro. I did not pack anyone there. I got Oliver Kahn, very nice card though. We've got Rodman, you know, Pulisic, Dumbia. All these cards are pretty much insane. There's so much cards, so I probably missed out a few of them. You know, you could even say like all the FC hero cards, they're all going to be great as well. Smaller Rec, you know, all those cards, yeah. That's going to be the video, boys. I will catch you in the next one, man. That's the best meta plays in each respective position. The series is back. We are truly back, boys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't watched the full video, please hit that like, subscribe. Check out MMOXP to acquire some of these cards, man. I'll catch you in the next one, boys. Have a sweet weekend if you are watching this all week. Peace.